Hey guys, it's C. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another day of Vlogtober. So today I decided to do like another cozy fall meal, and I decided to try a soup recipe. So I saw this recipe online. I think it was on Pinterest. I think it was on Pinterest. But anyway, it was a simple recipe to follow. You can see the ingredients. I just used chicken, tortellini, broccoli, carrots, and then I also did grilled cheese to go with it. So of course I used cheese and bread, as well as some chicken broth, heavy whipping cream, and then the seasonings for the soup. So of course you already know, if you've seen my other videos, that I have already washed and cleaned my chicken and transferred it to a new Ziploc bag, and I also went ahead and cleaned everything down with bleach. And so like I said before in my other videos, I like to season in the Ziploc bag because it's a lot easier and a lot less messy. So my favorite seasonings that I always use is the Tony's Creole seasoning, cayenne pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. I use other seasonings as well, but this day I just use those. I went back to add a little bit more of the Creole seasoning because I didn't feel like it was enough in the beginning. And then all you have to do is just zip up the bag and then go ahead and mix that seasoning in really good and sit it to the side for a little bit. Or if you're not, if you don't have enough time, just go ahead and start cooking. So you all know I always use my air fryer to make my chicken in. So I just go ahead and place the chicken in there. And like I said before, my air fryer fits about 6 chicken tenders in it. And so I just went ahead and did that. Put the air fryer on 390, and then I just cooked it for 10 minutes. Then I went ahead and started the chicken broth. So go ahead and get that boiling, and then I put the vegetables in there while the chicken was cooking. I got that chicken broth from Walmart, and you will see later on that I wish I would have got 2 of those. And so with this, the vegetables that I just use broccoli and carrots. I wanted to get some onions, but I actually forgot to add those in. And then I couldn't find any frozen carrots. I didn't feel like doing the whole getting the fresh carrots and cooking them. And so I ended up buying this bag from Aldi, and I just took the broccoli and carrots out of it, and I didn't use the cauliflower. And so just had to do what you got to do. And so then the recipe called for heavy whipping cream. Like I said, this recipe I found online somewhere, and when I started adding that heavy whipping cream in, I just started getting a little bit skeptical about how it was going to turn out. And so then I just went ahead and added in the tortellini. This tortellini is really good. I use it when I make Alfredo sometimes. It's the chicken mozzarella kind. They have all different types, but I always get the chicken mozzarella one. But it doesn't take very long to cook, so I just went ahead and added that in. And then I added in some more chicken broth, because I used 2 bags of that tortellini, and now thinking back and seeing how it turned out at the end, I wish I would have just used 1 bag, because 1 bag was definitely enough. And so there is the finished chicken. Like I said, I cooked it on 10 minutes on 390 in the air fryer. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and just cut it up really small. Sometimes I use a knife, other times I just kind of tear it apart with my hands. And in my cooking videos, I don't use gloves because, one, my hands are clean. I wash my hands a lot of times throughout the cooking process, and then I'm just cooking for me and my family. And so then I added some more heavy whipping cream in. And then when I started pouring it again, and I'm just like, I don't think this is going to turn out good. I was just a little skeptical. I wish I would have found a different recipe, but hey, I was already too far in to stop, so we just kept going with it. And the whole time I'm staring at it, all I can think about is like, this just looks like noodles and milk. So I went ahead and added a little more seasoning to it, because once I added the whipped cream in there, it kind of took away the seasoning a little bit, so I just added a little bit more to it, and we just kept stirring it up. Then I went ahead and added in all of that chopped chicken into it. I added half of it in and then mixed it around and added more in. Like I said, I wish I would have just used one bag of that tortellini because the pot was full, and I also needed more liquid, which is what I was saying earlier. I wish I would have had a little bit more chicken broth to add to it. I started to get to when I was in the store and I changed my mind. I really wish I would have went ahead and got it. So this is what it looked like after it mixed in a little bit. It kind of looked okay. It basically, to me, it was like a creamy chicken noodle soup, and I wish I just went ahead and just did my regular chicken noodle soup because that's always good. I just use egg noodles instead of tortellini for that. But it was okay. And so while that was just sitting there, because it was done at that point, I just went ahead and made the grilled cheese. Sometimes I make my grilled cheese on a griddle that I have, and it can fit about 8 sandwiches on it at a time. But I just went ahead and did it on the stove this time, and it was just real simple. I put butter in the pan and let the bread soak up the butter on both sides, and I added the cheese. This time I just used Swiss cheese, but most of the time I use whatever cheese I have. Sometimes I use shredded cheese too. So while it was cooking, I used my potato masher to kind of mash it down some. Like I always say, use what you have, guys. And so this is the finished product. Like I said, I didn't really care for how it turned out at the end because I wish I would have had more liquid because it was basically kind of dry for it to be considered soup. So I'm going to put soup in quotation marks. But this was the finished product. It was good. The flavor was good. I just wish it was a little more soupy. And of course, the grilled cheese was good. But hope y'all enjoyed this video, guys. And if you end up trying this recipe, let me know how yours turns out. Hopefully it's better than mine. But thanks for watching, guys.